Be strong.
Tonight we celebrate a championship, and someone is going to take the trophy home for the Velocity Online Racing Series as we get ready for the final round of season number 4 from Las Vegas Motor Speedway as we welcome you into this mile-and-a-half track that is going to produce some fast speeds, some draft, some handling, some action, and in the end, as I mentioned, one champion. We welcome you in tonight to the Braidan Motorsports 400. It is the final race of round number 10 of the, make that round 9, I should say, of the Velocity Online Racing Series. I am the captain, Chris Scala. We welcome you in, of course, to the Velocity Online Racing IndyCar Series presented by Raceverse. Again, the final race of this season. As we enter tonight, we have 3 guys in the running for a championship. However, we can go ahead and eliminate one. Unfortunately, as he mentioned last week when we were talking to him, we talked to Gavin Sanders, who said, yeah, I might not be able to make it because obviously he's got some prior obligations and so on and so forth. Well, because of that, he is not here tonight. So, with that said, we have now 2 drivers in the running for this championship. If I can hit the right buttons here. I apologize, I keep opening up a new program. As we take that down now, as I was trying to do the first time. And here are the point standings. As I mentioned, qualifying going on right now. We'll get ready to start the race here in just a few minutes. It is Gavin Sanders leading right now over Alex Van de Sant and Isaac Morris. Of course, Gavin, 9-point lead over Alex, and then a 22-point lead over Isaac Morris. It'll come down to those 2 at the end of the night winning the championship. And then it's Shane Coogan there, of course, 4th, Dakota DeMay in the 5th position. And Nicholas Judik there, 6th, 7th, Matt Houston, Julian Alton, and Thomas Geisler, AJ Musselman. Your top 10 entering tonight's points and battles. So again, 3 guys, however, one's not here, so it will be between Alex and Isaac. So we'll see 2 things. 1, who will bring home the championship, and 2, how many times I will call Alex Isaac and Isaac Alex. It happens all the time. Here's your team standings going into tonight. VOR looking pretty solid right now. 34-point lead over Team LMC Gear. Team Raceverse with Sunset Arctic Games right there in 3rd. Turn 4 Racing 4th, and 5150 in the top 5 positions as we go into this race. Here's the race information for tonight. 167 laps, 250 miles, 400 kilometers. That'll make up the race speed limit is 50 miles an hour. Of course, as you see up here in turn 3, the yellow line, that is where you enter pit road under the green flag. They roll all the way around onto the curved pit road, and then the blue line all the way back out to the back straightaway under caution. They will allow you to pit off of turn 4. So that is the way it shapes up for this evening. Right now, underway with qualifying as they look to win the Circle B Pole award, of course, that is brought to you by CircleBDiecast.com. If you type in the word Foxworth Autosport during your purchase, you'll get free shipping along the continental U.S. and Canada. So make sure you check that out here. And, yeah, Circle B Autosport Pole Award underway here. And we'll go down here and look and see what it looks like as of right now. Appreciate all the viewers watching here this evening. Looking forward to a very fun race as we crown a champion, as I mentioned here, in a very few minutes. So just doing a couple of things here on my screen. We're good to go, and here we go. Let's jump down to the race. As I mentioned, we do have our track cam for Gourmet out on track this evening, so you're going to see the cool cameras. At least I believe they're cool. Hopefully you feel the same way. There's Pushastaya Pravda on the track. Of course, only made it to all of turn 1 last week before having issues on the track at Indianapolis during the 300-miler. Looking to make it past turn 1 here this evening. But this is your lineup right now as we see A.J. Musselman up on the pole right now in the 54 with a 24.92. Isaac Morris, Thomas Geisler, Cohen Evans, James Watson with a great lap at 25.03. Sitting there P3, or P5, I should say, in the standings right now. So great job on his part. They get 2 laps to run, so let's go down here. Dakota DeMay just getting on track, I believe. Yep, here he is. The Sunset Arctic Games, number 82, about to launch his Echo Blade game, which is really, really cool. If you haven't had a chance to check out the demo, you can get it right now on Steam. Not to mention what do they call it? The trailer for the game. It's pretty darn good, I must say, if you get a chance to make sure you check it out. So, multi-bank track here at Las Vegas, much like Homestead, except a little bit fresher banking here, or fresher track here at this 1.5 mile. Las Vegas, and a lot faster. Running that top side to kind of throw away this lap here. It'll come down to the bottom and across the start-finish line. And down the back straightaway. Christian Alagio has popped up to P8, 25.14. And Dakota DeMay with a pole lap, 24.91. Great lap by that 82 car. Matt Houston slots in P11. Alex Van de Sande only P13 right now. Let's see what this Happy Trails Chili Mix car has in store. Shane Coogan up to 3rd. Van de Sande, as Houston goes to 4th, goes to 6th. And look how close the times are to top 8, 6/100ths of a second right now, separating those guys. So a really, really tight grid right now. And I think all the cars that are going to qualify are out there right now. So if that's the case, I think you're going to see the 82 be on the pole. Nobody else has taken a lap out there. So that leaves Anthony Concha, Joseph Grzelva, Gary Godso, Julian Altena, and Bart Fauerstein going to be the guys who have not ran a qualifying lap. And we do have a couple penalties to throw out there. Anthony Concha and Joseph Grzelva, they haven't raced since the Pocono race. They're here tonight. They will both have EOL penalties, so that might be part of the reason why those two are not running a qualifying lap here. So they're going to start the back already. Been told to refresh Trading Paints. Kind of is refreshed. I don't. Yeah. Hang on a second. So here we go. The cars are gridding. Let's see if we can get a quick word with our pole sitter, Dakota DeMay. And if he's in this chat. And nobody's in this Discord, looks like, to talk to. So congratulations to Dakota DeMay. Of course, he did. Being told that Dakota would change his paint scheme. I'm trying to see if it's the one that he's supposed to have or not. But Dakota is on the pole. Congratulations to him. He gets the pole award, of course, which is presented by, of course, the Circle B. Let me get that up there on the screen. Apologize for that. The Circle B Diecast.com Pole Award. If you use Foxword Autosport, you will get the free shipping on any delivery in the U.S. and in Canada, of course, for orders over $20. So CircleBDiecast.com. Make sure you check that out today. As we take a look at the starting lineup for the race tonight, the Braidan Motorsports 400. It is Dakota DeMay alongside A.J. Musselman. Shane Coogan, Matt Houston, they'll have row number 2. Isaac Morris, Alex Van de Sant, ironically, starting in row 3 together. That's the way it always works. Thomas Geisler, Cohen Evans, row 4. Christian Alejo, James Watson, great qualifying effort there in row 5. Pushastea Pravada in the 11th position alongside Joel Harlman. 13th and 14th you see in row number 7 is Lewis Woodall, Nicholas Sadiq. Ty Richter and Bart Fauerstein in row number 8. Row 9, Joseph Grijalva, Julian Altina, Gary Gonso, Anthony Concha will be the 19th and 20th starters in this race. As the iRacing pace car going to bring the cars off of turn number 4, as I mentioned, 167 laps in this race to make up 400 kilometers or 250 miles here in Las Vegas as Dakota leads them to the green flag. The final race of Season 4 is green. As Dakota leads lap 1, but Musselman trying to fight on that high side. You got to run the bottom, but the draft is going to play a really big role in this race. See Shane Coogan, Isaac Morris, Alex Van de Sant already up here with Matt Houston. Around here at about 24 to 25 seconds in this race. Of course, after probably, I would say 10 to 15, maybe 20 laps, you'll see these cars kind of spread out just a little bit. And that'll be where you see handling really start to come into play here. Alex and Isaac right here, 4th and 5th. As right now it would be Isaac Morris winning the championship, of course, with the issues, unfortunately, not AJ Musselman, but Gavin Sanders not here this evening. Thomas Geisler in that Sunset Arctic Games number 15, make that 16. Running up here in the 6th position right now with his car owner and teammate Matt Houston behind him. Right now you are looking at 14 cars in this lead draft right now. Nowhere to hide right now. Appreciate it. 13 viewers so far watching this evening. As the sun's going to go down, this track's going to get cooler, and the draft's going to get just that much bigger. Speeds are going to pick up, and it's going to really get wild here. If you're new to this channel, and Anthony Concha jumps to pit road. Not sure what happened to him. But if you're new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're always joining us for a race, we appreciate you joining us and hope you continue to do so each and every night, each and every week. Of course, we do notify you when we are on the air and stuff, so you can always come and check us out. And yes, to answer your question, Jason, that's all of 220 mile an hour right now. They are going around this track. As Dakota doing the right thing, just hugging that white line. I just wonder about these bumps over in turn 1 and 2. Of course, they always play a role in the stock car race. How are they going to play a role tonight in an IndyCar? We're already 9 laps in. On board with Alex. You see 214 miles an hour right now, up to 220. 6th gear right now, down to 5th gear. Maybe a little fuel save going on there. Now up to 15 cars in this pack. The only cars not in the pack, Julian Altada, Gary Godso, Joseph Grijalva, and Fallerstein. Those 4 are back about a half a straightaway. You can see them coming into turn 3 right now as these guys come off turn 4. And then, of course, Anthony Concha, he is on pit road right now. And looks like might be out of the race. Oh, big wreck, turn 1. Couple cars hard into the wall. AJ Musselman is one of them. He is up in the fence. Shane Coogan's involved, and I think Isaac Morris might be in this wreck. A caution out for the first time. And just like that, whoa, look out for that guy coming through. Ty Richter comes flying up through the field. Let's see what happens here. Usually it backs up for me, so let's back it up a little further. So they're 3 and 4 wide as we got cars on pit road here. We'll cover that here in a second. We're going to slow it down right about here, if it's possible to slow down these cars. Isaac Morris down there on the inside. Shane Coogan here in the middle. Top side, AJ Musselman. And there's some big-time net code as Shane and Isaac hit each other. AJ clobbers the wall and flies up into the fence. Who is that also getting a piece of it? About 5 or 6 cars involved in this wreck. Now, I don't want to be the one that ties together something like this with a real-life deal, but I'm going to ask Gary Godson this question after the race now. Was it not lap 11 or lap 12 when the unfortunate deal with Dan Weldon happened here at Vegas in a similar-looking wreck? just putting it out there. I mean, I hate to say that, and obviously it's still a wreck that we remember to this day, but yes, this is just a sim too, thankfully. Well, anyways, first caution is out, so we've had about 7 cars stay out. We have Christian Alasia on pit road right now. I believe he's got some damage on the 81 car. But Dakota leads now with his teammates. Matt Houston there second. But the tough break here is for Isaac Morris, who sits on pit road with a destroyed car, a number 1 car. So the champion from last season will not repeat this season, unfortunately, it looks like right now, unless something drastically happens to Alex Van de Sant. Let's bring up the point standings really quickly again. As they enter tonight's race, Isaac with a 13-point buffer to, or not a buffer, I should say, but he was trailing by 13 over Alex Van de Sant. And Gavin Sanders not here tonight, so it looks like just like that, this championship is going to belong to Alex Van de Sant, but they still have 152 laps to go in this race, so anything can obviously happen in the race, but just an unfortunate deal there. I was about to say Joseph Grijalva talking to himself, but I realized this might be his father or something talking to him. All right, should get 1 to go this time by. And we got a Sunset Arctic Games 1, 2, 3 right now, which is very ironic. That's the way they finished in an IndyCar race at Indianapolis Motor Speedway in another league recently. No, actually. You know, the one thing that I have learned about the IndyCar drivers in iRacing, Jason, is a lot of them stay really calm. I mean, you do get the mad drivers and stuff like that, but most of them keep it clean and keep it, keep the rage down, I guess, so to say. You know, a lot of them obviously have point penalties for that kind of deal and things like that. It's just a different type of drivers, I guess would be the right way to word it. Like, I would actually be comfortable with putting their audio on for the most part. I'm about probably 75% comfortable compared to a stock car league where it's like, yeah, that ain't happening. So Dakota DeMay and Matt Houston, Thomas Geisler, Ty Richter, Joe Harleman. That is your top 5. As they come off of turn 4, single file restarts, IndyCar style. Here we go. So they're going to be spread out here for just a few minutes here. Of course, they'll work the draft and work their way back in. As you see, Alex Van de Sant now in the 7th position. James Watson in that very colorful NRN number 39, running in the 6th position right now. There's Grijalva right there in that sharp-looking 11th place car right there, the 47. I think I've shared this story before. If I haven't, Grijalva and I actually go all the way back to when he was a young man and I was just getting started on iRacing back in 2012. We actually ran in a league together. And some things didn't work out with Grijalva in the league and stuff. And probably about a month ago, he joined this league. And I was like, are you kidding me? Is this the same who I think this is? And here he is. Years later, here we are back together, 8 years. And he's racing, I'm broadcasting now. Pretty cool little story there. Grijalva just ran the fastest lap of this race. And here comes the pack back together. Matt Houston trying to make a move on his teammate. Of course, Matt in the Voltic Pistol, which is the other game that Dakota DeMay has out on Sunset Arctic Games on Steam. You can actually purchase that game. I believe it's $9.99 still right now. And of course, Echo Blade, that is the new game that is coming in July. Very soon. You can actually get the demo right now and check out the trailer. Really, really, really cool looking game. Ty Richter trying to make some moves there as you see Thomas Geisler's moved up to the second position. So they're going to have to be cautious with the net coding, because you saw the net code cause that huge wreck there in turn one just a minute ago that unfortunately has taken Isaac, it looks like, out of his championship run. And as I mentioned, we do have our cameras tonight, of course, presented by Track Cam 4 Gourmet, and that includes the drones. They are here tonight. See Joe Harleman there in that 20 car. He's working his way up. Here comes Nicholas Sudik. These are some of the cars that took fresh tires. Actually, I'm sorry. Joe Harleman did not pit, so Harleman is not on fresh tires. Sudik, however, is. Isaac Morris leaving pit road right now. He is coming back on track, so he'll gain 2 positions right away, and he will be some 12 laps down, but the car is as fixed as it's going to be, and hopefully he can get out there and just compete as much as he can. You never know what will happen in a race like this. So Dakota continuing to lead here over Ty Richter. Thomas Geisler, and then side by side for 4th. That is Harleman and Sudik actually battling for 4th, along with, Harleman got a little loose there up above, or got tight, I should say, over the bumps. And that orange car, that is Lewis Woodall. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. We'd much appreciate it. If you're not new, that is totally okay too. We love you being here each and every night to support us, even if it's a night where you just support one specific league, or if it's a night where you support just Captain TV and you, I don't know, like my voice. That is cool too. We appreciate you coming to join us. Got 2 races for you tonight. 2 champions going to be crowned. 1 in an IndyCar, 1 in a stock car. Joe Harleman, of course, trying to keep it right down there in the bottom. You can see the car getting a little tight, handling maybe coming into play a little bit for some of these cars. Tire wear at Vegas is pretty big. You get the pack right now, but of course it will open up a little bit as the runs go on. You see Watson up there in that high side. Oh yeah, look at that car slide up the track, handling really coming in now. Got to play with the weight jacker, which of course you don't know what that is. Weight jacker, treat it like wedge, basically, when it comes to a stock car. If you're one that watches all the stock car leagues I broadcast for, they have types of bars in here that you can actually adjust in an Indy car. It makes it really challenging and really fun. They have the front anti-roll bar, of course the rear anti-roll bar that helps grip with the front and the rear of the car. They play with all that stuff during the run. Nicholas Sudik up there in the 87 car running that top side. There's Alex Van de Sant in that Happy Trails Chili Mix car. An item you can actually purchase on Amazon right now if you're a fan of chili. Chili so easy to make, a simulation broadcaster from the state of Florida can make it. Ty Richter having a great run up to the second position. He's sliding up the track a little bit. Thomas Geisler up there on his outside. That got real close. So Dakota DeMay has led every lap so far. He's just stuck that 82 car down on the bottom. He's working the clean air and has got the lead right now, looking pretty good. Oh, trouble. One car spinning off the apron. That's Christian Allegio in front of the track. Into the wall, and another car hard in the wall. That is Fauerstein. Of course, another car also involved in this. Is that, it is Pravda. Unfortunately, I think the apron spun out the 21, or I'm sorry, the 81 car. So lap 34, caution 2 on the track. Let's see if we can, oh yeah, there's the apron right there. We'll back it up just a little bit, let you see it. Oh, yeah, actually, it might have started before this. Let's see, 81 come. Oh, you know what? The back end's coming around. He might add too much wheel jacker or weight jacker, and what that does is it causes the car to snap loose. And here he's straddling the white line, which is 2 separate bankings, and it de-wedges the car and sends it spinning. He goes spinning, and of course everybody's scattering. He overcorrects, obviously, right here into the wall, and then you see, I believe that's, that might be Concha, actually, goes into the wall right there, and of course Pravda is going to get a piece. But leaders are on pit road. Let's jump up to that really quickly. As Alex Van de Sande, I believe, actually stays out here. But basically with the weight jacker, the higher you go, it loosens the car, but shifts the weight more to the front, so the back end obviously turns more, and vice versa if you want to try to tighten the car up. However, it gets to a point where it gets what they call a snap loose condition. So think of it as you're turning the wheel so much because you're trying to get the car to cut through the corner, but then eventually it does cut, and what happens? Your front end grips, back end still sliding, zing, back end comes around. That's what started that wreck. As you see, Dakota does win the race off pit road, and I'll go back and show you exactly what I'm talking about. Some of you might know it as the old push loose condition. Same thing. So right there. Now the seam could have also played a role there, and as he went over it, the banking transition there. But he has to go catch the car, and he does. But let's ride on board with the 81, and you'll see as Alex Van de Sande now comes to pit road. Let's watch it at full speed here. Got the wheel turn, got the wheel turn, got the wheel turn. You see it sliding, sliding, sliding. Front end grips. There he goes. Starts to get loose, and then the apron bites. Mr. Grijalva, what is the El Paso BKA? I assume obviously it's some kind of a Army battalion or something. Let me know, man, because I'd love to give shout-outs to those kind of to military officials and stuff like that. So if that's who is watching or something, please let me know, because obviously big shout-out to anybody military-wise that's watching or serving this country. I'm totally all for that. Grijalva right now in the 9th position. And I believe this is his second league start now. So interesting here. The leaders are in the bottom. Okay, never mind. I thought they were taking the green here. Excuse me, they are not. Instead, you're going to see Isaac Morris is actually going to take a wave around here. So he is going to come back onto, well, it won't be a lead lap, but he'll be now 11 laps down in the race. He's just trying to gain any kind of position he can right now. Every position's a point. And again, obviously you don't want to see somebody wreck, but you're trying to win a championship for yourself. So if anything does happen to Alex Van de Sant, he can still win it. As you see the sunset starting to go down here as we sit just about 15 minutes northeast of Las Vegas. Virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway, right off of Nellis Air Force Base. That's something that we get to do here on Captain TV when we get the Track Cam 4 Gourmet cameras and stuff, as they always help us. You can go to trackcams22.com for all the great cameras and stuff like that. We're actually going to send it wide open for the Border Karting Association people, and of course Joseph in the Army. So go Army, and let's turn it up on Captain TV, VOR style. So as you see, Dakota DeMay continuing to lead in this race. And once again, I can't say this enough. Big shout out to all the military people fighting for this awesome country and giving us the chance to even sit here and broadcast a race like this. Even do something that we like to do for a good time on the side. Dakota running up in the top, Joseph running up in the top 10 right now in the 10th position. So Dakota DeMay continues to lead. Of course, now is led all but one lap as Alex Van de Sant, I told you I would do it once, led himself a lap. And he pitted on a different strategy right now. I think he's just trying to keep himself out of trouble in this race. And oh no! Alex Van de Sant with trouble. He's trying to get back to pit road now. The difference here, no caution. Isaac got the caution, and now what? See what happened to Alex. There's Alex up there on the high side, turn 3 and 4. Oh! The 20 ends up in the 1 and smashes into Alex. Not sure what happened to Joel, but of course they spin off the track. And the right front broken on that car. Not sure what happened there. That couldn't have been net code that far apart, could they? Man, that car just took off. But now it has become a race for survival. And who is going to... Basically, Alex has got to get that right front fixed. If he can get it fixed to get on the track, he's got about 8 more laps before Isaac Morris would pass him. And now it's like, whose damaged car can last? Normally I set the maximum pit time to 120 seconds, but being that Alex Van de Sant's on pit road, I'm going to extend the time. So we're going to see the pit stop bar down here at the bottom for a little bit just to keep track. And there it is. Alex just cleared pit road at 90 seconds. So he is going to come out position-wise 1 spot in front of Isaac Morris. He is now 14th. Isaac is 16th. So a 2-spot separation right now. Now it's going to become a battle of every time a caution comes out that you get a lap back, you try to, whatever you're going to do, you know, because there's no lucky dogs or anything like that in this series. It's all straight up. Where you are is where you are. If you can get a lap back, good for you, but mostly the only way to do it is through the wave around. Check back here with the guys who have been hanging out in the back throughout the night. Gary Godso, Julian Altena, and Bart Powerstein, who was involved in the accident just a little bit ago himself. As Anthony Concha comes to pit road. Joe Harleman just getting back on track himself now. So Joel 9 laps down in that number 20. Now you're starting to see, as Alex lets the leader go by here, and he'll go a 6th lap down. Pack kind of spreading out just a little bit here. And that's kind of what this might need, is just a little bit of a long run here to get this field apart from each other. And that... They're going to come up on the back of Isaac Morris now also. Both lap cars cooperating here. Both the championship racers there still being classy, though they're, unfortunately, they're not, I mean, they're racing for a championship, but they're not now because it's like they're both very damaged. and got their cars fixed, but they're still trying to get the best finish because that's pretty much what it's going to come down to for the championship right now. But as for racing for a win or any kind of thing like that, it's not happening tonight. Which this is a very interesting way of looking at things, because it's like you don't see this kind of deal in racing right now. Like when you see cars racing for a championship, usually they're up front like this, or maybe they're hanging in the middle of the field just trying to survive. Tonight we've got two damaged championship hopes, and it's like now it's a matter of, okay, we just got to go out here and log laps. Not sure totally how you handle that. Great run for Lewis Woodall right now in the 13th position. We look at the 13 here on board. See the 18 to 20 degrees of banking in the corners, 18 at the bottom, 19 middle, 20 at the top. Progressive banking here at Las Vegas. Once again, I do appreciate the viewers watching us this evening from Captain TV, and if you're enjoying the broadcast tonight, hopefully you'll hit that subscribe button. We will be the home of Season 5 for Velocity Online Racing, which will be their longest season ever. Ooh, up the track goes, I think it's Anthony Concha, and now he's up in the wall. And now he's coming across the track, and that almost got bad for Alex, and now he's wrecking. Anthony Concha has, well, something has happened. He's on pit road all of a sudden. Was trying to stay out of the way. Unfortunately, that car was just swerving, got up in the wall, and it really got out of control. Almost gets Alex right there, and he puts himself in the wall. You know, credit to him for trying, but unfortunately that car a little out of shape there. So third caution out right at the 100-mile mark. 100 laps to go in the season. Again, 400 kilometers tonight, 250 miles. Lights starting to come on here in Vegas. And all the leaders appear to be coming to pit road except Matt Houston, who stays out. There we see Geisler pulling away. He's going to actually get the race off pit road over Dakota. Great stop for the 16 bunch. Time-wise, they were about the same, but if you look at the pit lane time, Thomas Geisler about a second quicker, so not sure if he just got into his box a lot faster than Dakota did, but that is going to give him the track position over Dakota. But, of course, Matt Houston right now staying out with Bart Fauerstein there in second. And while we're under caution, I hate when it does that, let's show you the Season 5 schedule that was released. And, of course, new sponsor for the series, Apex Sage Coaching, will be the title sponsor of the series. That'll kick off July 31st at Auto Club Speedway on that Saturday night. And then August 7th, we go to the short oval of Iowa Speedway. Road America, road course number 1. That'll be a 45-lapper on August the 21st in the Pocono Raceway for round 4 on August the 28th. And then we take a 3-week break. It's almost like the VOR edition of the F1 summer break, as they call it. That'll come back September 25th. We go to Spa-Francorchamps to race over there in Belgium. Indianapolis road course, 58 laps there for the Grand Prix course. That'll be round 6, October 2nd. And then the seasonal, we call it, running of the Indianapolis 300-mile race on October the 9th. The Milwaukee Mile, October 16th. Watkins Glen on the 30th. That will be after a week off. We'll run the night before Halloween there for 55 laps. Texas Motor Speedway, that will be a 167-lapper on November 13th. Daytona International Speedway, yep, the oval, 230-mile-an-hour laps there. Around Daytona, it'll be round 11 right before Thanksgiving. And then finally, Chicagoland Speedway, December the 4th. So a 12-round season, the longest in VOR season history. We will be a part of it. Big shout out to Apex Sage Coaching, Isaac Morris. You can actually follow them on Twitter. They are the presenting sponsor of the VOR 5th season starting in July. And there is Isaac right there in the one car. Unfortunately, unless something even more weird or weirder or whatever the proper English is for this happens, going to give up that one number tonight. But there is a chance, as you see, both the championship hopefuls just taking the wave around and going back around. So Alex now 5 laps down, Isaac 11 laps down. And as you see, they are one spot apart. So if anything happens to one of those two cars, this championship swings one way or the other. And, of course, this was a 3-car race for the championship, but Gavin Sanders not here tonight. He had a real race. He actually had to run and had to skip out tonight. Which makes me wonder, actually, as I think about this now. I'll have to look at the point standings. Is there any possible way that Gavin Sanders could win the championship still with what has happened tonight? Probably not, because it was only like a 10-point separation. So obviously I'm very hypothetically speaking here. Well, anyways, green flag going to come back out lap 70 here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway of the 167 in this Braidan Motorsports 400K. Down to 12 cars right now on the lead lap. Of course, Julian Alton of the last one. Look at this, Thomas Geisler getting by Dakota for the lead on the actual bottom. Ty Richter up there to the high side with Sudik and Lewis Woodall up here. Front 5 now in the pack. And now caution out as Joel Harleman in the wall. Fourth caution. Let's see what happens to the number 20 on the outside there. It looks like a Julian. Oh, and they just hit each other there, and Joel goes around. Let's see what happens here. Like Julian might, at least from my view there, it looks like Julian might went up into Joel. See if we can go rear chase here. Look at this one more time. Oh yeah, Julian went up into him. Interesting. But Dan Marrera talking about in the stream that looks like Gary Godso apparently working on fuel. And we got some cars on pit road here. Matt Houston, Lewis Woodall, Godso, Julian Altena, Van de Sant, Isaac Morris. All these guys on pit road. So Thomas Geisler leads. Dakota DeMay in second. Sudik, Ty Richter, James Watson. Your top five. Brijalva, Cohen Evans, Lewis Woodall, Matt Houston, Julian Altena. Now your top 10, Gary Godso. And Bart Fauerstein, the last car on the lead lap. Christian Alajo, 2 laps down in 13th, and then the 2 cars battling for the championship. 14th and 15th, multiple laps down after their own separate incidents. Isaac Morris involved in a wreck on lap 11. And then Isaac Morris involved in a wreck with the 20 of Joel Harleman. So they'll come to the green flag here, lap number 77. As they come back to the green flag. Less than 100 laps to go as we are actually just approaching the halfway point here. Very, very shortly. Halfway, lap 80. Trying to do the math here really quickly in my head. I think it'd be about lap 83 or 4. As Thomas Geisler leads Dakota looking to the high side here. Two of the stronger cars in the field right here. Nicholas Sadiq trying to get his first career win in the series. That Taco Bell number 87 looking on the bottom side. And Ty Richter looking really sporty up there in the 33 car. James Watson, he's been kind of a sleeper back there in that 5th position. So is Joseph Grzelva. Cohen Evans back there in the 7th spot. Cohen Evans, I haven't said his name all night. He's been kind of hiding out a little bit. Knowing what kind of racing he might expect tonight, and that's what he's seen. He is now sitting here in the 7th position. Could he bookend both of his wins this season at the first and last race? One in Homestead, and obviously a sort of similar track, not as old banking like Homestead. And all of a sudden it is getting more and more intense up here at the front, almost 3 wide. I got to be very careful because netcode has been very big tonight. As they come off turn 4, Geisler continuing to lead. As we now have 8 cars in this lead pack, and then we got the usual suspects back here. When I say the usual suspects, as in Gary Godso, Julian Altina, and Mark Fauerstein, all back here. These 3 have been in this pack of cars since the start of the race, just kind of hanging out, letting these guys race up front. And eventually, obviously with fuel saving stuff, competing for this win. As Demed leads, or running second, I should say, leads that outside line with Richter there on his outside. Richter's trying to move the ultimate high line. Grzelva up there in the 5th position, doing a great job here in this race that has seen Some big wrecks and some great racing throughout. Great side-by-side racing in this field. And I see, obviously, the viewership moving around for about 10 to 15 or so. We appreciate everybody watching here tonight on Captain TV. It's one of 2 races we're actually going to have here coming up in a little over an hour. We're going to have our second race of the night, the Sunset Arctic Games Grand National Series from USRC from Chicagoland. It'll be the second of the 2 championships we'll crown this evening after the VOR championship gets crowned. Right now, that would be Alex Van de Sant who would be crowned the champion. Probably not the way he wants to be crowned champion, but that's the way it looks like it's going to shape out, and sometimes you don't have control of that. Up front there, side by side, 3 rows deep. Trying to get track position and all. Ooh, almost a little side pod banging, I guess we'll call it. Usually I call it door banging, but those aren't doors. So looking at some of the strategy here, as they're almost 3 wide again through turn 1. I want to bring up the pit strategy board here for just a second because I want to show when everybody's been on pit road last. Of course, everybody in the top 8 except for Lewis Woodall, lap 66. So we're looking at 30 laps here very shortly on these tires. So the handling, I think, could fall off. But, however, it is now nighttime here in Las Vegas. So, of course, the grip is going to be at its max. And you might not see handling really play a role at all anymore. I want to give a big shout out to the Raceverse team. Of course, Raceverse with Matt Houston right there. Tonight he's running a Voltic pistol scheme. But of course, they've been the sponsor tonight and all season long of the Velocity Online Racing Series. We ride with Matt Houston right now. They're going to come up on the lap car of Isaac Morris here and put him another lap down. As Geisler and DeMay continue to swap the lead out. Now you wonder how much fuel save is going on right now. 68 laps to go in this season. And now these guys starting to transition into a single file line. Now they're going to jump back out. Just as quick as I say that, Geisler pops back out. And what has been a fantastic race here this evening. Again, 5 cautions so far. Both of our point standing championship runners unfortunately been involved in them. They're both still on track, but they are fighting it out. They're 1 spot apart, 7 laps apart. And who can run the most amount of laps basically will be the champion. Gavin Sanders, for you fans of him, he is not here tonight, so unfortunately he will not be the champion. As you saw Richter get a little tight there and got out of the gas, and others had to check up. So I think you are starting to see handling come in now as the field's spreading out. Dakota has the cleanest air. That's where it's helping him the most right now. Grijalva up 10 spots in the 7th position. Houston rolling that high side up there to 66, kind of going where they're not, I guess, so to say. Of course, the farther you go back in that pack, the more turbulent air you see is back here. As I mentioned, Cohen Evans, Julian Altina, Gary Godso, and Bart Fauerstein, the guys that are kind of hanging back. Actually, Cohen's back here at the end of this pack, I should say, so not bad on that one. There's the second pack right here with these few cars. Far enough back to where that lead car is still getting pretty good air on that wing of that 31 car. Oh, wow. Ty Richter slides in front of Sudik. Good grief. Getting aggressive as we get closer towards the end. There's Gary Gonzo, and back here is Alex Van de Sant. Alex 5 laps down in the 14th position right now after being involved in an accident that actually did not bring out a yellow. He was able to get back to pit road, got that right front fixed that was heavily damaged. Only lost 5 laps in the deal. Is he going to win the race? No. Is he going to win the championship? If he stays where he's at, yes. There's Alex, and there's Isaac running here at the end of this pack. He and Christian Alasia, they've both been involved in accidents. And just when I thought the handling was coming in and they were spreading out, they're back together again. Dakota DeMay is, I guess we could use the word dominating. He's led the most laps by far. He's been able to hold the clean air and been able to hold the lead on the inside line. So does that mean he's the fastest car? We could maybe debate that. But he has definitely showed with the strategy that he has been the car to lead the most laps so far up front. Can't take that away from him. So when will pit stops break out here for this field? Again, we got some cars that have not pitted since lap 66. We have cars that pitted at lap 74. And for the guys that pit on 66, we're working on lap number 50. Thomas Geisler on an outside line continuing to fight. As Richter there in the 33 having a great run this evening. He's made a couple of questionable moves, but otherwise he has held on. Thought he was going to chop off Houston there a little bit, but he went back to the bottom as Matt gets a run up there with his teammate. Oh, look at that move. Geisler running the high side there. That was almost like a NASCAR move right there. It's almost like he side drafted the car and went right on around it. What a move by Geisler. Well done. But I was starting to say a shout out to Braidan Motorsports, who of course has sponsored the race this evening, the Braidan Motorsport 400. 400 kilometers in this race. The longest green flag run we've had so far this evening. Checking out this pack of four real quickly, looking at lap times. They're running pretty much the same laps as that lead pack is, so they're not really catching them. They're not really falling back from them. And here comes Dakota DeMay. He's been leading a lot, so because of that, he's used the most fuel, and now he's going to spin into the inside wall, and he's trying to save it. Up the track he goes. He comes back down, and it stays green, but Dakota, very slick. Turn 3 and 4. But a tough break for the 82 is going to kill his track position here. I think that might have been a little warning message to the field of what they're going to have to do here. I mean, nobody's really had a green flag pit stop all night, so that apron is all types of dirty. Let's watch these guys come to pit road. Geisler, Sudik. I'm pretty sure Dakota was on the microphone to his teammates like, dude, you guys need to slow down coming to pit road. As Dakota's leaving right now, coming through 1 and 2. And more cars coming in. Grzyalva is coming in. The 33 of Ty Richter, the 39 of James Watson. Tires and fuel, these guys pull away. So let's see where Dakota comes out compared to the field now. As these guys are coming off turn 2 and getting up to speed. Dakota's going, oh, one car hard in the wall. That is Sudik. Sudik has hit the wall, and that just changed everything in this race. He went to get going, and the car just went right on him. Let's see what happens to the 87. I think another car is spun off turn 4. Let's see who that is. But Nick just goes to get up to speed here and loses the back end and into the, wow, that's a hard lick. And did Matt Houston wreck? Oh, so, and then Matt Houston gets loose and clips Lewis Woodall. All types of things just happened in this race. They're all slowing up, going around the lap. The wrecked car of Sadiq right there. Matt goes into turn 3, and the back end just comes around on him there. And he's trying to fight it, and the thing just spins around. Tough break for Matt. Wow. So now Cohen Evans has inherited the lead as Julian Alton, Gary Godso, Bart Fallerstein, and others come to pit road. That's that second half of the field, basically, the ones that were sitting back. They're now going to inherit the lead of this race. And let me see, let me look through everything here. Lewis Woodall's on pit road. There's Thomas Geisler, Dakota DeMay. These guys are actually going to be on the tail end of the lead lap, and all are going to get wave arounds and come back around the field. So this wreck actually becomes a good break for Dakota. I talked about it earlier. Cohen Evans, race 1 this season, went to victory lane at Homestead. And here he is tonight now leading this race at Vegas with a little less than or a little more than 40 laps to go. Could it be a bookend of races to finish out season 4? Looks like we should have 10 cars back on the lead lap once the wave round is issued here to these drivers. Should be Geisler, DeMay, Richter, Watson, and Grijalva all getting wave rounds here and putting them back on the lead lap. So they'll be able to race back around and join the tail end of the field, which will be split up amongst lap cars and others who are still on the track. Saw Alagio get a lap back, it looks like. Joe Harleman gets a lap back. So those other cars are going to join the pack now. And we'll come back to racing with 40 laps to go. You see Cohen Evans, the LMC Gear team, in the lead. 2 VOR cars. Julian Alternate, Gary Gonzo, P2 and 3. Mark Fauerstein trying to pull the upset there in 4th. Lewis Woodall still 5th after his left front permits got ripped off. And here we go. Dakota DeMay back on the lead lap in the 7th position after dominating this race. Can he get back to the front? There is Dakota right there. And Bart getting loose down there. He's trying to save it there in that U.S. Navy's Blue Angels, and he goes around. He's going to keep it down and stay green. That apron very treacherous here in Vegas. As Thomas Geisler coming to pit road. Not sure what this is about. Unscheduled pit stop. Did he get a black flag or something? Track of what happened there, but Cohen Evans leading. Lewis Woodall trying to come get the lead in the 13 car. And look at Dakota come flying up here through the field. Up the 3rd, coming to 2nd. That 82 car is not playing around. Ooh, Lewis almost left the inside open. And now Ty Richter coming to the high side. And Ty's in the wall. And he's in the inside wall hard. Ty Richter. Tough break for the 33, and the green stays out. And look at this now. They have really spread out. And Dakota DeMay has a destroyed left front now. Something has transpired here in the last lap with Lewis Woodall. Go back here. That's Bart. I'm looking for Lewis here. Sorry. See if I can find. That's already happened here. We'll have to rewind it. But right after the contact sends. All right, so here's Lewis in the black and orange number 13. We've had people kind of getting on the microphone saying, dude, you're all over the place. There's Ty going into the wall. He must have been blinking or something on the screen, and I didn't see it, because now all of a sudden Dakota has no left front wing. Something in here must be happening to Lewis where he's blinking, and except we weren't seeing it. So Dakota's going to make an adjustment here. Look how the separation here. Right there, all of a sudden, Dakota goes up the track, and then Ty adjusts. He goes to the wall and nails it, and all of a sudden, Dakota has no left front wing. So interesting events here have unfortunately cost Dakota DeMay, who is way off the pace now. And I'm sure he is not a happy camper. And that brings Julian Altina up here to the front, trying to battle Cohen Evans. And how about James Watson, the rookie driver, the 39 car? You got Joseph Grzelva. He's trying to steal the apple card. And then Gary Godso back there in the fifth position. That is your top five right now, racing in for this win. As Cohen leaves the bottom open for Julian Altina, who goes to the lead. And he's going to bring Watson with him. And I think Grzelva caught a piece of the apron a second ago and almost lost the car. Nice job saving it. Joseph in the 47. Pit strategy-wise, that is thrown out the window now. These guys are good all the way to the finish on fuel now. It's just a matter of, can they survive? Cohen continues to fight that high side. Again, I want to send a shout out to our friends at Track Cams 4 Gourmet. You can check them out, trackcams22.com. We appreciate all their support and, of course, their help in getting cameras for a good portion of the tracks you see here on Captain TV, including here at Las Vegas and coming up next in Chicago, where we will be for the Sunset Arctic Games Grand National Series finale. That race goes green a little less than an hour from now. Five cars, and in the lap car of Alex Van de Sande, who looks like he's on his way to another championship. Of course, Alex last season, these guys, him and Isaac battled for the championship, and it was Isaac winning it by 13 over Isaac. And in season 2, Julian Altina, he won the championship by some 50 points almost over Oster Fredrickson. And then back in season number 1, with Julian Altina also winning that championship. So in this case, it looks like Alex Van de Sande might be 20 laps away from his first VOR championship. Julian continuing to hold on to the lead. Of course, Julian snuck in a win at Phoenix Raceway earlier this season. Otherwise, his luck has been terrible. It's kind of turned around the last couple weeks. He's had some great finishes. And tonight, here he is again, competing for a win in Sin City. Here's Bart back here after going for the little spin down the front straightaway in that U.S. Navy Mobile. He's in the 6th spot, and there's the one-winged angel, Dakota DeMay. You know, I say that with a little humor, and I know Dakota's not a happy camper right now. Thomas Geisler had a great run going, running 9th right now. He is 2 laps down. Once again, I do appreciate all the viewers watching here tonight and all the viewers that have watched all season long here on Captain TV. It'll be about a month or so. We'll be back from Auto Club Speedway for the season number 5 of VOR. Again, that race will be July 31st, I'm sorry. That's Saturday night from Auto Club Speedway in the Apex Sage Coaching VOR IndyCar Series, Season 5. But of course, first, Season 4, presented by Raceverse. Laps ticking off very quickly. Speeds of over 215 miles an hour. We've seen a lot of drafting tonight. We've seen some big accidents. We've seen both of our championship contenders involved in accidents. And they have both fought it out to try to win it. As a matter of fact, they sit back here, nose to tail. Alex Van de Sant and Isaac Morris. There's Alex and Isaac back there in that red car. Julian starting all the way back in the 18th position tonight. He purposely did not qualify, so he's hanging the back, of course, with all the cars pack racing the way they are. Might have been a smart decision, and Gary Gotso's kind of doing it right now in the 5th spot there. He's sitting right back behind these 4 other cars, just kind of hanging. See if they're going to make a move, or will Gary pounce and try to go win this thing? Cohen continuing to fight on that high side. Eight laps to go, and you see how tight it is every time they get to that line. Now Cohen, you would think, might have a little bit of an advantage because that middle groove is actually 1 degree higher banking than that bottom groove is. But obviously the bottom groove is the fastest way around. Oh, and caution is out. Oh, this is going to shape up something. 21 cars gone around. Bauerstein is in the wall hard. Blue Angels number 21 destroyed. And we are going to have a very, very short lap restart here. No green, white checkers or anything like that in this league. That's it. Oh, he gets on the apron, and there it goes. Then goes for about a 720 and then hits the wall. And caution is out. And Cohen Evans has gotten the lead with the momentum. iRacing has given him the lead. Dakota DeMay coming back to pit road here in the sixth position. This might actually be the break he needed. He might actually have a chance here. See if they get this wing fixed on him. Yeah, there it is. The wing is here. And he stays on the lead lap. So he has got a legit shot. And of course, with 10 laps to go, you are going to see all the lap cars going to the back. It'll be I guess a 6-car battle for the win here with probably 3 laps to go or so. So he must have just gotten 2 to go because they're making green, white checker jokes out there right now. So yeah, looks like as I think about it now, 4 laps to go. As we're 4 laps to go here, and as I look down at the totem pole here on the left, it is pretty much official now. Alex Van de Sande has won the championship for the season number 4 because of the laps to go. There's only 4 to go, and Alex cannot lose or gain a spot now in the position order. So Isaac cannot catch him, so that means Alex will be the champion for season 4, but I'm sure he'll celebrate coming up after this race. Just listening to the conversation between the two, and they both agreed that, you know, they wish it could have been under better circumstances tonight, but it just did not work out. So here we go, 1 to go this time by Cohen Evans. Going to try to bookend the season with a win at the beginning and a win at the end. The car to watch will be back there, 6th car in line. That is Dakota DeMay. He's got his left front wing back, and he has shown he is maybe the strongest car in this race tonight. Can he make up 6 spots in 2 laps? Now remember, these cars have to do a single file restart, and the way the rule is, you have to wait for the car in front of you to go before you can go. So technically, in that standpoint, Dakota's at a disadvantage. If the draft can pull these cars back together really quickly, he could have about a lap to get up there. So we're going to have to keep an eye on this one. This is going to be wild. Put the seatbelts on, boys and girls. We're going to have a wild finish to this 4th VOR IndyCar Series presented by Raceverse. What a night it could be for LMC Gear, as I just thought about it. Alex Van de Sant, the LMC Gear driver, the champion officially. And we have an LMCgear.com car up in the lead as Cohen takes him to the green flag. 2 laps to go, and he's gone. Clean restart for everybody. Now, these mile-and-a-half tracks have always produced close finishes. You look at Chicagoland, you look at Texas. Some of the closest finishes in series history has always come on these kind of tracks. White flag, final lap. Julian not able to do anything yet. Here comes Watson. He might have a run here. Altena trying to get a run. Cohen Evans protecting the bottom, and Cohen Evans wins his 2nd race of the season as Alex Van de Sant completes championship night for LMC Gear Racing, winning Season 4's VOR Championship. But Cohen Evans has won the Braidan Motorsports 400. And oh, by the way, Alex and Isaac got together coming across the line. Not intentional or anything, just something that happened. I heard him talking about a slow car or something. So, yeah, netcode apparently from what I'm hearing. So, but Cohen Evans, how about this? Part-time season, wins at Homestead, mile-and-a-half track. Comes to Vegas, wins the final race, mile-and-a-half track. And I believe VOR will win the championship also for the team. Good burnouts from Cohen. Let's take a look at the race results. From Vegas, Cohen wins it by 4/100ths of a second over Julian Altena. James Watson, career best finish for him. He'll finish P3. Gary Gonso finishes 4th. Dakota DeMay 5th. Grijalva finishes 6th. Bart Fauerstein going to finish 7th. Thomas Geisler 8th. Christian Alejo 9th. Alex Van de Sant going to get 10th and the championship. Isaac Morris 11th. Joe Harleman 12th. Ty Richter 13th. Lewis Woodall 14th. Matt Houston, Nicholas Sadiq, Anthony Concha, Pushastaya Pravada finishing in the 18th position. And finishing 19th will be A.J. Musselman and Shane Coogan. Those guys involved in that early accident on lap number 12. As the Dallas, Texas native gets the win here in the Sin City. I'm sure he's going to be pretty happy about that. Let's see if these drivers have gotten into the channel yet for me to talk to them. It looks like they have. And a few of them have, I should say. Let's get 3rd place in here real quick. We'll talk to him first here. James Watson, what a race, young man there. Congratulations on a top 3 finish for you, as you definitely have had your ups and downs this season, but you've raced a clean race tonight and kept that 39 clear and got yourself your best career VOR finish. Congratulations.
Thanks. My shorts were anything but clear going through that race. I thought for sure in that first melee, I thought for sure I was dead. I was screaming with Ty in our team server because I thought for sure I was involved in that. I think I net coded through someone. I was expecting to see my right front flapping in the breeze, and I passed through. I'm like, oh my gosh, what in the world? And oh, I can't believe it, man. This is crazy. That was nuts, insane. Any superlative you want.
Well, obviously you got that R next to your name for rookie. Your first season running with the guys here, and what can you take away from this season that you've learned that you can bring to season 5 next season?
Yeah, I just kind of build on my experience. I'm in like 50,000 different IndyCar leagues, so at some point, all the experience I get from these is gonna start taking root and making me faster at some point. Fingers crossed. But yeah, just kind of keep focusing on getting consistent, hitting my marks, not putting myself in the wall, and being able to pick up the pieces when other people put themselves in the wall.
Well, fantastic job on your end. Congratulations on the P3. Shout-outs to whoever you like to, brother.
I gotta thank Zach Scottnicki and ZAS Designs for doing all my paint schemes. I use the same paint scheme and color scheme on all of my cars, so I put that poor man through so much hell trying to deal with that unique color scheme I have. So, and he just does such a masterful job. I gotta thank Chris Graham at National Racing Network for being my sponsor and helping support me and helping me throughout my career.
Well, great job tonight, man. Keep working at it. We'll see you next season.
Yep. Can't wait.
Absolutely. You too, James Watson. Third place finish, career best for him tonight in Sin City. So congratulations to him on that win. Let's get our second place finisher, Julian, into the channel here. Julian, congratulations to you, not only on a second place race for you, but tonight officially VOR looks like wins the championship for season number 5, or season 4, sorry, I'm a season ahead of myself already. Congratulations on both the second place finish and that team championship.
Yes, thank you. I've got to be honest, I got to watch my mouth there because I'm a little upset with getting P2 here, but overall, great race. I mean, you saw it early on, me and Gary were just chilling in the back, just waiting for everything to unfold. We knew this race was going to be a little difficult to get through without any major incidents because the racing around this track is just so tight. So we just wanted to keep the car clean, be there at the end, and that's what we did. Was in contention for the race win. Let's have a mosquito flying by here. Hello to you.
But, don't let it bug you.
Nice pun, but
thank you.
No, but yeah, we were just chilling in the back, and then at the last 2 restarts, really, Gary and I decided to go for it, and I was leading the race in the last few laps. I was right on the outside of Cohen there for a few laps, and then I don't know if he got loose out of turn 4 or something, but the gap opened up on the inside, so I took the lead. Then a few laps later, the Conja came out at literally the worst possible time and lost out there on the win. If I had just gone bringing for maybe a second more, I would have let the restart and could have had a great shot at winning the race. But I mean, it is the way it is. Still got the team's championship. I do believe I'm going to move into P5 at the end of this race in the standings. I'm not 100% sure of that, but overall, great night of racing for us. Gary taking P4, team's championship secured. So yeah, overall the season has been a little disappointing, but what we managed to salvage, we did. So couldn't be happier about that.
You kind of mentioned where I was going with this next question. You mentioned the championship and what all took place this season for you. I mean, you were in the first wreck of the season on lap number turn 1, and you completed 50 laps in the first 2 races. Yet you come back and you're going to get a top 5 points finish, as you mentioned after tonight, and obviously a great finish to the season. What can you carry momentum-wise, even though it's about a month from now, as you go to Auto Club Speedway for race 1 of season 5?
Yeah, Auto Club has always been a good track for me, so hopefully I can get a good clean race in to start the season. And like this season, the bad luck kind of started there already, like you mentioned. But yeah, the momentum should carry over because we've now got 2 seasons under our belts with the new tire model. Season 3 was a bit of a learning curve for us. Season 4 was kind of an improvement. So hopefully for season 5, not only myself but the entire team can go back to winning ways, like in seasons 1 and 2, where then Shake and Bake took the team's championship, and season 2, of course, our team. So yeah.
Well, great job tonight. Congratulations on your second place finish. You did get the win at Phoenix earlier this season, and at least you got that to hold your record this season. Congrats on the team championship, and shout out to whoever you like to, sir.
Obviously, it's you for broadcasting this season. We already talked a bit off air before the race. Thank you for doing that. It's been awesome working with you. I want to thank Matt for sponsoring season 3 and season 4. His support, of course, as a sponsor is greatly appreciated, as well as his participation in the league. A great friend of mine as well, Matt is. So want to thank him for that. Next season, Isaac Morris, my indirect teammate, going to be the title sponsor with Apex Stage Coaching. So I want to thank him already for stepping up for that. Next season, with the prize pool money, want to thank Robert as well for running this league with me together. It's always a pleasure to put this on for everybody, being a part of the community, and also, of course, also the sponsors from the season for all the races. This is the admin in me speaking, by the way.
No, that's okay.
And of course, also everybody that participated this season. It's been a pleasure racing against all the guys. It's been competitive. Can't wait for season 5, and also my teammates, of course, Gavin Sanders, Gary Gotzo, and Oscar, of course, as well. And all the guys on 5150 as well. So yeah, those are about everybody that I wanted to thank. And once again, you as well.
Absolutely. Well, thanks, Julian. Appreciate you guys being a part of it. Robert, obviously, since I know you haven't been here this season, you've been behind the scenes mostly. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of this. Miss you on the track. A couple times I've gotten a race with you or broadcast for you, but hopefully we'll see him back soon. But Julian, nice job on your team championship and your second place run tonight.
Thank you very much, man.
Absolutely, you too. And let's actually bring down both of the LMC gear drivers right now as we bring both Cohen and Alex down here. They definitely, if there's any way to pull off an ultimate team victory, it's on a night like this where Cohen Evans pretty much comes in and does what he did to start the season, and that's win a race here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, a second win of the season, as Alex Van de Sant gets the championship tonight. Cohen, we'll start with you. Obviously, what a strategy just worked out for you in the end at green flag pit stops, and you stay out and get that caution you need and end up sneaking in this victory, I guess we'll call it.
Yeah, I got 2 lucky yellows there. That first one during the green flag stops came out right as I was at the pit entry line, so that brought me right up to the front, and then that one with like 4 or 5 laps to go, I was somehow ahead of Julian when that came out, so that put me in first, which helped me with the easy win.
Well, obviously, you're one that is, you raced part-time this season. How much fun did you have, obviously, because there was some tough racing throughout. You were involved in some deals and had some great races to 2 wins on the season. Do you call it a success?
Yeah, I'd say so. Start the season and end the season on a win. It's a great job, I think.
Well, great job on that, man. We'll let you go celebrate with your teammate here with Alex. I'm sure Jim's proud of you and stuff like that, but shout out to whoever you like to, bud.
Yeah, shout out LMC Gear, Jim, family, all them. Just the usual.
Fair enough, man. Well, congrats. We'll talk to your teammate now, Alex Van de Sant. Alex, I know this is not how you want to win a championship when you're sitting there watching Isaac have a big old netcode incident on lap number 12 of this race, and it obviously changed your perspective because obviously you were trying to be safe, and then all of a sudden almost similar incidents happening with you tonight, and it became a survival race, but you ran more laps than he did, and that pretty much was the difference to get your first championship in VOR.
Yeah, I mean, I hope the race was more fun to watch than it was to drive, because it's not fun just chilling out 5 laps down for most of it. But yeah, it just really, really unfortunate incident at the start there. Some ridiculous net code, like the entire night too.
Yeah.
Like even after we crossed the line, Isaac and I had net code, which
I saw that.
But so I don't know what was going on there. So great job by Isaac hanging in there. He was close. If I had like another big incident, then he would have had a shot. So fortunately, my car wasn't too damaged. I was able to limp it back and just 11 laps. yeah, really happy to get the championship. It's my first championship of any kind in any series or league. So not the way I wanted to finish it off, but a really strong back half of the season to put me in this position. So yeah.
Right.
Oh, and big shout out to Gavin too. I mean, he had an insanely consistent season. He no wins, but still leading going into the last race. Congrats to him winning his real life race in the Nissan Sentra
Oh
Cup.
wow, awesome to hear.
Yeah, so that's why he wasn't able to make it today because of media stuff.
Right.
But good for him. Hopefully next season will be even better.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I'll second that. Congrats to Gavin, obviously, on that. Alex, I want to go back to that incident with Joel because the way it looked, you talked about netcode. Did it look like there was any kind of netcode even though they were that far apart? Because it looked like Joel's car just went right.
No, it was definitely netcode.
Okay.
When I was watching, I think it was Lewis, his car, from my view, it just looked like Lewis drove straight up into him and put him in the wall, and then
Gotcha.
Joel couldn't control it and brought it back into me.
Right.
Looking at the replay, then Lewis moves up a tiny bit, and that's what puts Joel in the wall. So really unfortunate. Joel had a rough night. He got walled like 2 or 3 times, but just bad timing. Fortunately, it wasn't as bad as Isaac's incident was, so I only lost a couple laps. So.
Well, great job tonight, man. Congratulations. I know it feels pretty good. Get some chili mix going. Make some chili or something, even though it's not really cold enough for it. But, hey, you can make chili anytime you want. Let's be honest. But congratulations. Celebrate, and shout out to whoever you like to.
Yeah, as always, big thanks to the team, lmcgear.com, Jim Herrick, Cohen, and Craig as well. They're best teammates you could ask for. lmcgear.com, Happy Trails Chili Company, and thanks to you with Captain TV for putting on the awesome broadcast for this season.
Absolutely, man. Looking forward to being here for Season 5. Go celebrate the championship, and we will talk soon.
Thanks, Chris.
Absolutely. You too, brother. Alex Van de Sant, your champion for season number 4 of this Velocity Online Racing Series presented by Raceverse. So, all right, going to check out for the night, of course. I'm going to talk to a couple drivers off the air here and go get ready for what is the championship race now over at USRC coming up here in just about 20 minutes or so. Appreciate everybody for watching this evening. Thank you again, Julian. Thank you again, everybody, for being a part of the broadcast for the 9 races we were a part of this season. Looking forward to adding 25% to our schedule next season as we do 12 races on the schedule at Auto Club starting in July. And if there's any preseason races, who knows? You might just see me sneak in a broadcast, or who knows? Maybe I'll even jump on the track and wreck somebody. We'll see. But either way, I had a blast. It's an honor. Robert Sadler, thank you for all your information, and hopefully we'll see you back on the track soon. All the drivers, all the viewers, thank you guys very much. Shout out to Raceverse and all the sponsors that were a part of the season on the schedule. As a matter of fact, let me jump down here to the Season 4 sponsors, and I'll go ahead and throw them all out here real quickly. Faster and Faster, the sponsor from Homestead. St. Jude at Michigan. You had the Formula Indy Series at Barber. Western Waves at Phoenix. Texas Sunset Arctic Games, minus the Texas part. Round 5. Round 6 was Naturally Wood Furniture. Be Gutsy, hashtag, was a sponsor at Pocono. C Squared Racing at Indianapolis, and of course Braidan Motorsports tonight at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So there we go. Let's go home from there. So appreciate everybody watching tonight. And as always, this isn't just a game. It's iRacing. Congratulations to VOR on the team championship, and congratulations to Alex Van de Sant, your champion, Season 4.
Let go of fear, you're holding the fire smoldering, it's starting all over again. I got a feeling that I ought to know it, burning inside. I got a feeling that I ought to know it, yeah. Every time I grip the wheel, I begin to feel I know what I've been for. Get strong.
Get ready.